So I wanted to take a few leaks with this video to talk about two very big PlayStation 5 stories. One focused on the console's leaked images that have been making the rounds. This is the first time we're actually seeing the physical console in the real world fully, which tells me just like the PS5 DualSense leaks we got not too long back, we might not be far off from the full teardown of the console. The second story is focused on the PS5's game install sizes that have been officially revealed for several games, and considering some are fully next-gen games, it's not as bad as many have thought. First, let me know if you see yourself buying an expansion SSD card or however Sony wants to do it to increase your PS5 storage size. On my end, it might be a while before I get one, or I might get some to review for you guys, but personally I have been using the PS4's internal 1TB HDD drive for its lifespan and haven't extended it, but you guys could be different of course. So comment below. Are you going to get an expansion SSD card for your PlayStation 5 to increase its storage size or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, PS5's game sizes. Reading from website pushsquare.com, there was hope that the efficiency of the PlayStation 5's super fast SSD drive would reduce game file sizes, as titles wouldn't need to duplicate data to ease read speeds. That apparently is not quite the case, as the minimum install requirements for a couple of PlayStation 5 launch games have been revealed, and they're enormous. I don't really agree with this part of it, but we'll talk about that in a sec. To continue, Demon's Souls, for example, will eat up 66 gigabytes of the next-gen's system storage space. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales will gobble up 50 gigabytes, and if you plump up for the Ultimate Edition, which includes Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered as well, you'll lose an eye-watering 105 gigabytes. That's already an eighth of the SSD's available 825 gigabytes. It's worth noting that textures will be more detailed on the PlayStation 5, so developers may well be saving space compared to PS4 titles, but using it up with higher quality assets. In the case of Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, for example, the original game with all of its DLC installed takes up approximately 75 gigabytes on the PlayStation 4 compared to roughly 55 gigabytes in its revamped form. So I don't personally think 66 gigabytes for a full next generation experience like Demon's Souls is really that big. Spider-Man Miles Morales looks great, but Demon's Souls in 4K is eye-watering how good that game looks, and it's only on PlayStation 5. It's not a cross-generation game. 66 gigabytes is more than fair in my opinion. In terms of Spider-Man, shaving off 20 gigabytes from the original game size is also very huge. This is in reference to Spider-Man PS4 being originally 75 gigabytes on PlayStation 4 with all of its DLC, while on PlayStation 5 with its enhancements landing you only at 55 gigabytes. You don't need both of these games in the Ultimate Edition installed at the same time. You can install Spider-Man Remastered at 55 gigabytes and finish that and all of its DLC, which will take you some time, and then remove it and hop on Miles Morales at 50 gigabytes. These, in my opinion, are not huge games. The real test, though, is Call of Duty Warzone on PlayStation 5. That should be interesting. How big will that be? Will they finally bring it to a reasonable size below 100 gigabytes for only Warzone? Because it's still crazy how big that game is. But you guys let me know if you think these game sizes are big. 66 gigabytes, 55 gigabytes, and 50 gigabytes. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the second story of the video, our first PS5 full console leaked images are live, and it's looking like a sizable machine as we've seen before. We can see from these images what we've known, in that the PS5 is a sizable piece of kit, which again, I have no issue with, considering I'll have it by my TV and never really pick it up again. But we can see in these images it looks to measure the PlayStation 5 at about 390 millimeters in height, if I'm reading this correctly, since it looks to start measuring at about 40 millimeters and at 430. The length looks to set at about 270 millimeters, since it looks to start at 40 millimeters again here and end at 310. Of course, we do have the official sizing for the machine, which sits at 390 millimeters by 260 millimeters, not 270 according to Sony. But moving on to the other images, on the back side we have the USB ports, Ethernet, HDMI, and power. But where is the SSD expansion bay like the Xbox Series X is a question I've seen a lot, and if you know how Sony does this on the PlayStation 4, it will probably be the same thing here. I would assume you'll be removing the plate on the side and expanding your SSD via that method, which I'll say is not as simple and clean as Xbox Series X's way, which is similar to memory cards from back in the day where you can take it out and slot it in, but it doesn't really personally bother me here. If I'm upgrading my SSD, I'll do it once and then not really touch it again. But also on the backside, you can see how the stand of the PlayStation 5 clips it when it's lying on its side. So it's clear that you need this thing, but it's at least a nicer approach than the Xbox Series X's way, which from my understanding has the stand latched on the bottom of the console and you cannot remove it, whereas here it looks to be fully detachable. At the bottom of the PlayStation 5, you can see the circle that you fit the stand onto if you want the PS5 vertically positioned, which is probably how I'm going to have it most of the time by my TV again. But the thing here is seeing these images, quote unquote leaked images, because my paranoid mind thinks these leaks are very much controlled, but putting my crazy thoughts to the side, seeing these images is very similar to when the DualSense controller leaked images started to come out and Sony had Jeff Keighley just go ahead and do a full live reveal, unexpected live reveal. That was confirmed by Jeff Keighley. He did not expect to do this. He was informed and he did it later that week. So this tells me we possibly might not be far off from the official PlayStation 5 teardown at this point. We have now seen the console fully in the real world, and maybe similar to back then with the DualSense controller, the teardown could be days away. We'll see. But what do you guys think of the SSD expansion style for the PlayStation 5 and possibly needing to remove the plate to upgrade your SSD? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "It's time for the teardown." Sony, we've waited long enough, and now we've seen the console physically in the real world. How about you guys just do the teardown for us so we can finally see this thing and maybe, drop the UI reveal there as well. If you're in the same boat as I am, destroy the comment section with "It's time for the teardown," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.